Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, that joke was crazy, man. We watched Miss Williams walk out our pod. I was like, I looked in my window and looked. I was like, yo, she going down the boulevard, man. She went to Boulevard. She went to support building, man. You know what I mean? And I just seen her like, yo, like that joke crazy, man. So she left. Then they moved the police white lady in our building. I was like, Lord. So it was like a bad mismatch of things that happened. Like it was a bad switch of people to switch. Like we got rid of Miss Williams for the police white lady. This white lady coming through, you can't gamble. She's telling you to take this off the table. This in the morning times when dudes was the most gambling. It was a bad situation. I ain't even gonna lie. I seen everybody's faces that was in the block. A lot of people was unhappy about this. A lot of people was unhappy about this, man. But like I told y'all, like Green is somebody that you might need in the pod. Like he played his position. Like he was the guy that could tell you answers about things about your case that you might didn't know about. You know what I mean? He was somebody that could tell you, go in the law library and look up this that you might didn't know about, man. He can probably tell you how you was railroaded and lost your case. And if you could get back in court, if it was a chance, he had that information, man. I don't know if he was somebody that was trying to be a lawyer before he started doing crime, but he had a lot of time. So I never know what he did. I never asked him nothing. But at the end of the day, man, the getting rid of Miss Williams was bad. I ain't gonna lie, it was bad, man. So like, for real, like the first day he got rid of Miss Williams, man, like it felt crazy. You know what I mean? So this is still the morning shift. So we got outside rec. So they call us outside rec. We got the ball field. We got the ball field with our whole building. You know what I mean? Our whole building has the ball field. So we go out on the ball field. Everybody out on the ball field, man. Everybody just looking like, man, dudes couldn't even blow the la-la in the pod because the white lady gonna catch you and write you up and it could be worse. So everybody came outside to mess with the la-la. So everybody messed with the la-la outside. So everybody just walking around, everybody like, yo, man, they done Green done got rid of Miss Williams, man. Like now we got the white lady, man. Everybody was, I was like, that's what it looked like, man. I was like, that junk crazy. It was like, man, that junk, wow, man. So like, as we doing that, I looked to my right. I was looking for my man. My man is part of the red team. You know what I mean? I was looking for him. He downstairs in 4B. I was looking for him. And it ain't like I told him to come outside, but every time we had a ball field, I'll definitely walk laps with him and kick it with him. But usually he'll be with the red team for a little bit. Then he'll come pull over where I'm at. Then he'll come pull up where I'm at, and me and him will kick it. But I'm looking for him because it's been like 15 minutes been out there. I'm looking for him. Like, and when I looked in the corner and I seen that the red team was having a powwow. It was probably like 25 of them just standing over there by the basketball court on the side of the ball field. So they all right there just talking. And there was some dudes, I guess, on the court that was probably part of the meeting that they was talking to. They had to be on the crossing the fence. So they all right there talking. So I spot my bro, you know what I mean? We gonna call him Black. So I spot him. I said, yo, Black right there. So me and my homeboy just kept walking laps. I said, man, holler at me. I tapped him on my third lap. Like, holler at me when you finish. He was like, it was a serious conversation. He was like, oh, I got you, bro. So we keep spinning laps. We spinning laps, you know what I mean? We keep spinning laps. So he finally finished their little meeting. So when he finished the meeting, he was like, hey, look, man. He was like, yo, look, what's up with the dude Green, man, that's in y'all block? I'm like, what do you mean, the dude? I was like, what you talking about, the lawyer dude? He was like, yeah, what's up with him? I'm like, I mean, he be helping dudes with their cases. He was like, nah, what just happened today and the day before and all that? I said, oh, you talking about he beefing with the lady, Miss Williams? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, that junk crazy, man. Got rid of the lady, man. I was like, I don't know if he got rid of her for good. I was like, but she didn't work by building the rest of that day. He was like, what did she do? I said, man, listen, dude saying that she freaking sexually assaulted him, man. Like she freaking touched his nipples, his titties or something. Like, I don't know. I was like, she touched his nipples or something. Man, I don't know what it is, man. But they was kind of beefing when he was getting out the shower. So he was like, she touched his nipples, man. I was like, man, I don't know. But he was like, if she did touch his nipples, how's that bad? I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know. I'm telling you, man, dude Green is different. I said, when he got you on his radar as one of them police that he hate, I said, man, that man gonna push that pen, bro. That nigga know how to push. I said, man, you know how to push that pen. He was like, oh, he one of them dudes. He was like, well, look, though, this is the crazy thing, though. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, look, man, walk with me, man. So I told him, I said, I'm gonna be back, bro. So me and him start spending. So we spending. He like, look, He said, man, it's crazy. He was like, cause look, man, I just got the car with these dudes down here. He said, man, look, they just end up getting me in the play, man. He was like, look, man. He was like, yo, look, Miss Williams bringing that stuff in, man. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah. He was like, look, man, she messing with my man. You know what I mean? He was like, for real, man. He the type of dude, he quiet. He don't be doing nothing to nobody. He don't push nothing to nobody. He was like, man, but for real, he found out his roller got moved out the building. It's crazy, man. So I'm like, man, like, you know, is she fired? He was like, we don't know. You know what I mean? So as he's saying that, I see the red team kind of like walk down that, like towards, you know, we can walk around the whole compound, not the whole compound, but when you're on the ball field, you got access to both this side or that side, you know what I mean? So because you're in the middle. So I see the red team walking like down towards 2 building way. And I seen a dude, like, cause Miss Williams came out of 1 building. So she came out of 1 building, she just was walking slow and dude was talking to her in the fence. You know what I mean? So that's what he was talking about, my man Black. So he like, yeah, man, like for real, like she ain't fired. We don't know if she fired, but he trying to see, damn. He was like, man, but look, he messed up the whole play. We had to play with she in the building. So I'm like, that joke crazy. He's like, man, for real, you mess with him, Weezy? I'm like, I mean, I don't mess with him like that. You know, I'm kind of new to the pod, bro. I was like, I don't mess with him like that. So I think the bros might mess with him a little bit, but I'm like, listen, they ain't got nothing to do with that though. Just like I don't have nothing to do with it. He was like, nah, I know that. But I'm telling you, like, you know, we ain't trying to handle this like out of violence, like, because like this ain't gonna get her back. The violence ain't gonna get her back. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? He was like, but still though, like, if we gotta resort to that, then it's gonna be that. But we trying to do this like gentlemen though, man. Like, tell bro to get rid of that charge, man. He trying to push on that lady, man. I was like, why y'all ain't gonna tell him? He was like, because we don't want to kind of alert him that she rocking with us. He said, if the Bloods, he said, if the red team pull up on him, he gonna really know that we got something going on. He's like, you pull up on him, and then he ain't gonna know. He said, man, look, tell him to drop that junk, man. Tell him it's for his own good, Weezy, man. I'm telling you, man, like, my homeboy, like, you know what I mean? He's a quiet maniac. Like, he in hibernation. He just like to get money. He just came from the mountains, you know what I mean? Like, for real, he up here with the homies that he's supposed to be with now. Like, but at the end of the day, dude ain't messing that up, man. You know what I mean? He was like, right now, she just in another building, thank God. He's like, so we gonna try to maneuver around that. But he was like, in the meantime, we gotta get her back to the building. So I'm like, shh, like, man, I can't really save the day. Who you think I am, Superman? I ain't said that to bro, but I'm just like, man, all right, man, like, I'm gonna see though. For you, bro, I'm gonna holler at him, you know what I mean? So we kept spinning. So it's time to leave. You already know Green wasn't even in the pod. He's still in the law library. So he come back from the law library, you know what I mean? It's count time though, it's morning count. I was like, I'm gonna wait, you know what I mean? I waited too late because he went to early child for lunch. So I didn't even see him again until like after 3. So my man see me at lunch. I was like, bro, I ain't even see him yet, bro. Like, bro, be in the law library his whole life. That's my word. He be in there every day, all day, bro. So he be like, all right, when he come back, all right. So he finally come back. When he came back, he got the lady to open his door up. He went in his cell. He went and got his cup. He went and made him some coffee. And he brought his stuff out. He sat at that first table I told y'all he always sit at. He's sitting at that table, man. It's like, you know, outside of the red team, like it's a lot of dudes in that block that was like really upset about that, man. You know what I mean? Because we sitting here with this freaking police lady. And you know what I mean? Like now we can exhale because it's the afternoon shift now. And it's like, you know, the white lady's gone. But like, you got our CO sitting up out of here, bro. They swapped her out with a super cop. You know what I mean? So everybody was feeling like this is the first time I seen this table empty. Like, because usually it's always dudes just, hey, look, hey, Green, look, man, what I gotta do if I had to? And they pulling up and they be pulling up and Green just be doing his thing. And like for real, this was the first time I seen Green table empty, man. He's sitting there looking like a freaking idiot pipsqueak in the face. You know what I mean? And I'm just looking at him like, nobody's talking to this man. I was like, man, shh. I told my homeboys, I said, man, you know, Black told me holler, man. I was like, for what? I was like, just trying to get Miss Williams back over here, bro. Like, I didn't want to put Black business out there. My homeboy was like, man, Green need to stop that charge anyway, man. Why is he pushing that, man? When a female touch you, that's not a bad thing, man. Tell him that. I'm like, I'm gonna holler at him, man. I'm gonna see if he can get rid of that joint. That's what I'm gonna do, man. So I pull up. I'm like, hey, Green, man. He be like, what's up? I'm like, sat down. I'm like, look. I said, man, listen, man. I said, man, why you trying to get rid of Miss Williams, man? I said, Miss Williams cool, bro. I said, man, the freaking dudes that's the #1 thana. I said, they like her. I said, the regular dudes like her. The members like her, bro. I said, man, listen, she don't push nothing for real at us, man. I said, why you trying to get rid of her? He said, she shouldn't have smacked my nipples. I was like, man, come on, man. He said, nah, she ain't do it out of lust. She did it trying to be funny. She did it trying to be funny, Weezy. And I ain't standing for that, man, because that's assault, man. You can't just touch me any old type of way, man, think you gonna get away with it, man. Like, nah, Weezy, man. I'm like, look, this is what I'm saying, though, Green. I'm like, look, man, I ain't trying to be loud or nothing. I'm like, yo, look, Green. Like, for real, man, I think it's in your best interest, man, to kind of drop that charge. He was like, my best interest? What you mean? You threatening me? I said, no, I'm not threatening you, man. Calm down, man. He says, what you say? I said, man, I'm telling you that it's some people that I know that might be a little angry about you getting rid of her, man. And I feel like I shouldn't have said that. But still, though, I needed him to know. He was like, it's some people. Like, what you mean? I said, man, look, you getting rid of somebody, man, that you know what I mean, that don't need to get rid of, man. I said, man, Miss Williams is a good lady, man. I said, man, look, you just got on her bad side because how you talk to people, man. Period, man. He was like, Weezy, man, she disrespectful all the time to me. She gone. She out of here, man. I said, look, I'm letting you know now, man, you gonna tee some dudes off if you get rid of Miss Williams. I said, because right now she's just in one building. He was like, yeah, I wanted her out of the building. I wanted her out of the building. That's all I wanted. I just wanted her out of the building, Weezy. Look, let me show you what I wrote up. Look, this is what I wrote up. This is why the lieutenants, if you ever want to see the lieutenant, immediately this is what you write up. He said, you go get your informal complaint. After you get the informal complaint, you write this right here. He said, when you take this, they going to definitely show up. I said, let me see the joke. He showed me the paper. I read the chain. I'm like I read half of it. I didn't even have to read all of it, man. But the words that he was using and the things that he was saying, I'm like, this guy trying to really get rid of Miss Williams, y'all. So boom. It's crazy, man. Like, he's serious about this. This man is really serious about getting rid of this lady, man. That thing on that paper, I can't be around nobody that's gonna touch me like that sexually. I have a relationship and can't nobody talk to me. He was like, she touched me in an inappropriate way, and she always did. Like, he was just saying all type of stuff. And I'm just reading that joint like, man, this dude crazy. I said, man, look, man, you accomplish your mission, man. Stop writing stuff up, man. Like, he was like, no, this the last thing. He said, because this might get me some money right here. This might be the money. I said, bro, you're not going to get no money off this. He said, man, she sexually assaulted me. She sexually assaulted me, Weezy. I'm like, man, you're not getting no money, man. You're not getting no money. He was like, nah, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So he was like, this, I'm putting this in. And then my lawyer told me to put this in. I said, your lawyer? He was like, yeah. Yeah. I said, man, you going to mess around and get her fired. He said, no, they ain't going to fire her. It ain't like she was having sex with me or nothing. Nah, they ain't gonna fire her. Then she gonna get moved out of this building though. I'm like, man, you wild. I said, man, listen, I'm coming to talk to you, man, because I thought I'll just give you the heads up, pause, and let you know what's going on. You know what I mean? But I see you busy. I see that you're super serious about what you got going on, so do your thing. He was like, man, I'm gonna do my thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna definitely do my thing. Yeah, and this ain't considered snitching either. So I don't want to hear that from nobody in this pod. Because I see ain't nobody. He got loud. He said, this is how I see. Ain't nobody need no help with their law work today. Ain't nobody got no questions. So this what I'm doing right here, Weezy. This ain't considered no snitching. I'm like, shh. There's no talking to this guy, y'all. So boom. I went about my way, man. I seen bro later on that night. I was like, yo, bro. I mean, like, he came to the window. Like, I was eating. They pod was coming out the chow hall, but we was already in the chow hall. He walked to the window, and I could see him at the window. I'm facing the window. I'm like, I do like this. I was like, shh. Basically, like, that's a no-go, bro. He was like, he shook his head. I'm like, shh, I'm crazy, man. I'm like, man, I don't know what Green gonna do, man. So like it was crazy though, you know what I mean? Because like I say, even with her being in one building, like, it's still a will. If it's a will, it's a way. You know what I mean? Because it's red team everywhere. So it's like, now dude's just gonna have to put somebody in a position to be able to pick up the package from wherever she's working at. You know what I mean? Now she's still gonna be comfortable doing this with all this stuff going on with a cop, somebody like Green down on her neck. I don't know, man. But like, for real, everybody's just I'm just trying to just hope like for the best. But I'll be lying to y'all if I told you I wasn't a little mad, because this lady, that white lady they got over here now, like, she be down on everybody, man. So I just stay in the cell and go outside to get rid of her. You know what I mean? So like, Green kept on pushing that paperwork. Man. And the red team continued on doing what they was doing. So it was like, it really didn't bother them. It hurt that he got her out the building, but it was like, still, you know what I mean? It was like still something that, you know, something that they can get over a little bit, even though they was like, man, because, you know, they ain't really trying to blow the spot. They got a million dudes that they can send at this guy and get him beat up. But that still wouldn't solve anything. It wouldn't solve nothing unless he like I'm done with it. You know what I mean? I'm done with the jank, man. So like, it was crazy because after this, I'll say later on that day, man, the lieutenant and captain came back in our block. And when they came back in our block, they called bro in there again. So they talked to him. They hollered at him. He come back out. It won't nothing. This Williams went there, so it won't no double meeting like last time. But they hollered at Green for a while, and they left out. So Green went back to sit at the table. Nobody hollered at Green. So I went around these dudes that was from Richmond. They was upstairs smoking. They was upstairs messing with the la. So when I seen them, I was going to my man's cell in 34, because my man slept in 34 in that block. I was going to his cell and I seen them sitting right there messing with the Lala. So I'm like, man, y'all better chill out, man. That lady working, man. He was like, man, Green did that shit, man. Green got this police ass, man. Fuck that. I'm gonna smoke this weed, Weezy. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna smoke this Lala, Weezy. I'm like, I know. I was like, man, but Green, he was like, man, Green, a piece of shit, man. He was like, look, niggas boycotting his ass in the pod solidly, Weezy. I said, what you mean? He was like, niggas ain't fucking with him. Niggas don't give a fuck about no law work, man. Fuck him and that law work. I'm like, man, I definitely don't need no law. He was like, we seen you talking to him yesterday. I said, look. So y'all jumping the gun. I went to holler at him to tell him stop, right? Don't write Miss Green up. I said I went to go holler at him and tell him don't write Miss Williams up. I said he trying to get rid of Miss Williams, like he's going crazy. Telling this lawyer on the street, dude was like his lawyer on the street. I'm like, yes, this man talked about he's really trying to like get some money out this stuff. You know what I mean? He like, man, Green, petty, man. He was like, he ain't gonna be happy till somebody punch him in his face, man. Watch. I'm like, man, Green probably gonna tell it if somebody do that. He probably gonna tell it, man, but for real, man, like, it was wild, man. Like, the pod was angry with this man. The pod was angry with this man. So I think his time was coming shorter and shorter into the pod, man. Like, the pod was like, man, you know what? Let's just get this dude up out of here. You know what I mean? But that still wouldn't solve anything. That's what I'm telling you. Like, putting your hands on him, like, beat him up. Like, okay, he got the lady working over here now. Miss Williams gone. Everybody's mad. But beating him up, what it would have done? It wouldn't have done anything because we would still have the CO. You know what I mean? So everybody just trying to deal with this the best way. I know I was. I'm trying to deal with it the best way I can, even though I know this is a stupid situation going on, man. So after the lieutenants and captain hollered at him, man, he went back and sat down, looked stupid for a little bit, man. And like nothing happened for the rest of that day. When the next day rolled around, I can remember coming back from breakfast. So we was coming back from breakfast. I come upstairs, and as I was coming upstairs, I look. And it's like, you know, no programs, no law library, none of that is being called at breakfast. So as I'm coming up the steps and I finally get back into the pod, like, you know how you walk in, you can just kind of feel like a little tension and stuff. You like, I feel like a little tension, you know what I mean? So I walk in, I instantly just looked around the pod. Like I looked and I got to cell 19. And when I got to cell 19, I seen two dudes that wasn't even in our pod standing by cell 19. And I seen Green. Green was like kind of inside the cell. But I see some other people that probably deal with the red team because this red team member that came up there was actually from Richmond. So like he was there and you know, he know dudes from Richmond in our pod. So they all was by cell 19. So it was just looking crazy by cell 19. So I see my man, I'm like, what's going on over there? He like, man, I don't know. He was like, man, them dudes 229 up here. They come holler at Green, you know what I mean? So they hollered at Green. So I don't know what Green was saying. But next thing you know, you just hear bitch ass motherfucker, old ass motherfucker, fuck around with you. You a fucking cop. That's what the fuck you is, nigga. Goddamn, Green ain't saying shit. So them niggas banked him. It was like a quick bank. I think the order was, when I found out later, the order was don't do them too dirty. You know what I mean? So our slider doors open. Like people are still coming back from breakfast. So like they beat them up real quick and they dipped out and they got away with this shit. Man. They shot back downstairs. So goddamn, I didn't go over the Green door to see what was going on, but I seen like the people that sleep over there was just looking like, the people that was sleeping over there just was looking like, god damn, niggas done beat Green ass, man. So goddamn, it's my word. That nigga Green goddamn finally got up, like right before the doors was about to close, I guess. And he finally got up off the ground. When he got up off the ground, he came out the door. He had a towel on his head. He was walking, going to get some ice. I guess he was about to get some ice. So he had the low cut. So I guess he was about to go put some ice on the low cut. So he walked, he like this, he went and put some ice in the joint. He looked around at everybody. Like, he gave everybody, all right. The doors all closed. He still getting ice, all the doors closed. So he get locked up the cell. As soon as the doors closed, somebody was like, that's what you get. That's what you get. He was like, he looked around like, who said that? He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get the last laugh.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.